Hi guys, welcome back. So today I have my January TBR for you, and as usual, it is ambitious. I'm unlikely to actually get to all of these books this month, I think, but you never know, it could happen. So here are the books that I'm hoping to get to this month, and there are different levels of priority for them. First up is one that I've already started, and this is for a read-along hosted by Elliot Brooks. It is The Last Wish by I'm going to butcher this, but Andrzej Sapkowski. This is the first book in the Witcher series, and the video games were based on this, so she's doing a read-along of these books, starting with this book in January, and I'm participating, and so far it's pretty interesting. Next up, I'm also participating in the 2018 readathon hosted by Catalyst Reads, which I will link information for all of this down below, but for that, I am rereading two books this month. The first is A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. If you're not familiar with it, I've talked about this before, but A Great and Terrible Beauty is book one of a trilogy by Libba Bray that is sort of fantasy set in Victorian England at a girls' boarding school, and it involves magic, and I remember really loving it, so I'm excited to pick this up again. And the second is Wizard's First Rule by Terry Goodkind. This is the first book in the Sword of Truth series, and I am buddy reading this one with Jade from Bedtime Bookworm, and I think maybe Lauren, too, from the Novel Lush, although we're also buddy reading another book together this month. But I think that's right. She might have been interested in this one. We'll see. But this was another reread of mine. I haven't read these in, over a decade, so I'm looking forward to this. And Wizard's First Rule is the first book in a very long high fantasy series. I remember finding it to be really fun and easy to read. I never actually finished the series. I read the first several books. I'm looking forward to getting back into it. Next, I have another buddy read. I'm going to be reading City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty with Lauren from A Novel Lush, and this is actually a reread for her. She read this last month and loved it. I've been really excited about it. It is set in ancient Egypt, and it involves jinn, like genies, and it just sounds really cool, and it's supposed to be amazing, so I'm really looking forward to picking this one up. Then I pretty much have a whole bunch of arcs that I need to try to get to, so we will see how this goes and how many I actually get to. The first one I have is The Lost Plot by Genevieve Cogman, and this one comes out January 9th. It's set in 1920s era New York, and it involves a library and I think magic or dragons or something. I don't know, it sounded intriguing, and so I'm hoping to get to this one. This is actually an adult fantasy novel, I believe. Next, I actually have a thriller. This is The Gone World by Tom Sweterlitsch. This one releases February 6th, and it's some kind of a thriller involving the death of family members of a returned Navy SEAL and a missing teenage girl. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it sounds kind of interesting, so I'm going to give this one a try. Then I have one that I'm really excited about, and I actually won this in a giveaway of ARCs, but this is one I've really been looking forward to. It's Love, Hate, and Other Filters by Samira Ahmed. This one comes out in January, and it just sounds really fascinating. It is about a Muslim teenage girl living, I think, in Chicago, and who's into photography and is just normal. And then there is a terrorist attack, and one of the suspects has the same name as her, and so I think she starts to face racism and different issues. So it sounds really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it. Next was one of my most anticipated reads for the year. That is Honor Among Thieves by Rachel Caine and Aguirre. This one comes out February 18th. It is a young adult science fiction novel about a criminal who is recruited to join an honors space program. Then I've got a couple of books that I would like to give a try and get to. I have Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller, and I also have an arc of the sequel, Daughter of the Siren Queen, which is coming out in February. So I don't know a whole lot about these except that they're about a girl who's a pirate. I've heard mixed reviews, but they could be fun, so I'm hoping to at least give these ones a try. Then I have another advanced copy of a book. This is called Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman, and I think this is in a world where there's already books. I haven't read any of them, but I don't think you have to have read the previous book to read this. I think it's like a young adult fantasy novel of some sort, set in kind of a medieval kingdom with a teenage girl protagonist. It sounds like fun, so I'm looking forward to picking it up. And then the last arc that I have to read is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. This one comes out on February 6th, and it is about a man who looks like he's middle-aged, but is actually much, much older. And I don't know much else about it than that, but it does sound intriguing. So this is like an adult time travel-ish thing, I think, so that should be interesting. Then, if I've got the time, I actually do have a book out from the library. I've got Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. It's a nonfiction memoir, I think, and I love her. I think she's great, so I would really like to read that. I've been wanting to for a while, so hopefully I'll get a chance to get to that. All right, so those are all of the books on my TBR for this month. It is a lot of young adult, a lot of fantasy. It's a lot of books. I don't know how many of these I'll get through, but these are the books I'm hoping to read this month. It's pretty jam-packed, but I really do want to read down some of the books on my physical TBR because I have a lot of them, and I would like to decrease that number this year. In the comments down below, let me know what you guys are planning to read this month, and if you are interested in any of these or have read any of them or want to buddy read them, let me know. I always love doing that, and I love talking to you guys in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.